Hey everyone, it's me Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I will be talking about 21 books I want to read in 2021. Now I made a video like this back in 2019 when I was first starting my channel, and it was 19 books to read in 2019. I barely even made a dent in that list, so I think I ended up only reading maybe 1 or 2 books off of that list, but hopefully I can actually read all 21 of these. And I actually have my iPad that has the list of books that I am going to be talking about. They aren't in any particular order of what order I want to read them in or anything like that. It's just kind of a list, I guess, and however they get read, I guess. I'm really going to be focusing on mood reading in 2021, which is something that I've been kind of doing this past year, which has really helped me read a lot more. I've actually almost doubled my Goodreads goal for the year, which is awesome, especially considering the first half of the year I was in a reading slump, but I have just been kind of mood reading and just kind of reading what I feel. So with that being said, I am going to talk about some of these books a little bit. I don't really know if I'll get too into synopsises for this video, just because I know that can make this video a little bit long-winded, and I don't want to make this video too long for you guys. So I feel like I'm mostly just going to be kind of telling you what they are, and if I get like 5-star vibes from them, if that makes sense. So the first book that I am putting on this list is going to be Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, and this book was all over BookTube, I think in 2019 or maybe even like 2018, whenever like Muse of Nightmares and stuff came out. And I remember this literally being the talk of BookTube. And I know a little bit about this, and it's about this guy, and he's like a librarian, and he goes to this like city called Weep that actually like isn't supposed to exist anymore, but like it does, and so he gets to go there, and like I don't know, but I feel like this is giving me 5-star vibes because everyone just like loves it, and I've never heard like a single negative thing about this book, so I feel like it is going to be giving me 5-star vibes. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint. So the next book that I'm hoping to read in 2021 is going to be City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and this is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series. So in my video in 2019, I talked about how I wanted to read this whole series back in 2019, and I did not get around to it. I think I literally put the entire Mortal Instrument series, the entire Infernal Devices series, plus Lady Midnight, and that was a little much. So, like I said, in 2021, I'm going to be mood reading. I have the first book on this list, but that does not mean that I will read the whole series in 2021. Hopefully, though, I can get a pretty big chunk of it read, but like I said, I did want to just only put the first book on there just in case I read this and then I'm just like not into it. So yeah, we'll see, and I'm hoping to read this in the order that Cassandra Clare suggests reading these books. So yeah, and then hopefully I can get like the full like experience in the Shadowhunters world. So I am actually kind of excited to pick this one up. I haven't read this since I was in high school, so that's been probably a good 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, I am excited about this one, and hopefully I enjoy it. The next book on this list is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I have been having my eye on this book literally for like the past 2 or 3 months. This book has been everywhere. It's been all over BookTube, all over Book Talk. There are people who love it, people who don't love it so much, but I am really interested in reading this one. I hope I'm able to pick this one up sometime soon, and I'm really excited about it. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I feel like that's when I usually have the best like reading experiences, is when I don't know a whole lot about the book and I usually just go in kind of blind. So I'm expecting to really like this one. I believe it will be a 5-star for me. Like, it's giving me 5-star vibes, so hopefully it'll live up to the hype. So the next book on this list is one that I will be reading in the month of February. Like, hands down, I will be reading this in February when it comes out, and that is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This book comes out February 16th, and I am so excited. It's all about Nestor Cassian, and I'm literally so excited about it. Like, earlier this year, I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first 3 books in the series. I ended up not reading A Court of Frost and Starlight, which I might end up reading that next month in January, but I didn't end up reading it. But I'm literally so excited for this. Like, I hate the cover, and I hate that it's not going to match the rest of my series, but I understand the whole point of the cover change because it's supposed to like signify the bridge of going from young adult or new adult to adult in the series. But like, honestly, I'm beyond excited for that one. I cannot wait. So the next book on this list is one that I have talked about on my channel before, and I actually started it and never ended up finishing it, but I'm hoping to read this in 2021, and that is The Last Magician. I actually have started this, and I started it last summer, and during the reading rush I was planning on reading it, but I ended up falling into a reading slump and never ended up finishing it. So hopefully I can finish this in 2021. I'll probably end up starting it over because I think I only got like 70 pages in, so I think I'll end up starting it over so I can get the whole experience again. But I have heard that people absolutely love this, and so hopefully I will love this one as well. So the next book on this list is one that I actually do not own, but I have had my eye on it probably for a while, and with the last book actually coming out this year, I wanted to go ahead and just read the whole series, but I didn't put the whole series on this list, just the first one, just in case. Like I said, I only ended up picking up the first one this year, and that is An Ember in the Ashes by Scythe. And I honestly don't know really anything about this book or this series. I've just heard wonderful things about it, and I'm hoping that I am able to pick this up. Like I said, don't know much about it, but all I've heard are good things, and so I am excited to pick it up and hopefully see if I really enjoy it. The next book on this list is one that I think recently just came out in maybe November or December, and that is going to be The Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. And if you have watched some of my videos before, you know that I have read a couple of things by Carrie Maniscalco. I did read Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula, and I actually did not like Stalking Jack the Ripper because I thought that it was predictable, and I just didn't like it. But then I ended up giving her writing another try with Hunting Prince Dracula, and I ended up liking that one a whole lot more, and I think I ended up giving it like 4 or 4.5 stars on Goodreads. So I'm not counting Carrie Maniscalco out as an author, but however, I just don't really see myself finishing that series with the Stalking the Jack the Ripper series. I don't really see myself finishing it. However, some of the other stuff that she does write, I am interested in checking out, so that is why The Kingdom of the Wicked is on this list. Also, if you guys saw the December, I think it's the Fairy Loot box, the book in that is literally absolutely stunning. The sprayed edges on it are like beautiful. So I will probably not get that version, most likely not. I'll probably just get the regular old version that they sell in the bookstore, but I'm excited to read about it. The next book on this list is The Invisible Life of Addie Larue by V.E. Schwab, and this book came out sometime this year, and I know that it is about this girl named Addie Larue who sells her soul to the devil or like a demon or something in order for her to live forever for immortality. But I think it's like, but every person that she comes in contact with, they forget her like after they meet her, except I think there's like someone who like ends up remembering her or something like that. And honestly, the premise sounds so cool. Like, this sounds like a very interesting concept, and I feel like it is going to be really good. I feel like this is going to give me, I feel like this gives me 5-star vibes, because it just sounds like it's going to be like super cool and super awesome, and I'm really excited to pick this up. Plus I really like the cover on it. It's like kind of simple, and it's just like, it's just really nice, and I like the like aesthetic of it. So the next book that I want to talk about is The Beautiful. Honestly, I don't know where I heard about this book from. I think I've just seen it like here and there, and so the cover to me is like very interesting. It's like a cup and it's like tipped over, and there's like this like red stuff coming out of it. I don't know if it's like fog or smoke or fabric or what, but I just think the cover is absolutely stunning, and so I want to pick this up. I'm not sure what this is about, but I'm excited for it still. I feel like I don't know what half these books are about, but it's fine. It's just ones that have piqued my interest based on cover, or the ones I do know a little bit about based on the premise. So I am excited to pick up The Beautiful, and hopefully I will like it. So the next book on this list is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho, and this is about a girl, I think, who is a kitsune, which is a fox, and honestly I think that's it. That's really all I know about it. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that I have heard about this book on BookTube. Someone that I know that really talked about it a lot was Books with Chloe. She really loved this book, and I think it was probably one of her favorites in 2019. But I really trust her recommendations, and she recommends it, so I think I want to pick that one up as well in 2021. But the whole thing about the kitsune just kind of like interests me, because when I was in high school, my favorite TV show was Teen Wolf, and if you have seen Teen Wolf, then you know that there is a kitsune in that is played by the character Kira, who is Scott's girlfriend, and like the later seasons or whatever, she plays a kitsune, and the whole thing is just like very interesting to me. So I'm really excited to read this and see kind of what happens and how the legend of the kitsune is written in this story. So the next book on this list is one that I have not read in forever, so it will be a reread, but this used to be probably one of my favorite books ever in early high school, I believe, and that is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. I honestly, like, I haven't read this book in so long. I know it's about this girl named Mara Dyer, and she is in this like accident, and her, like, all of her friends die, and so then she ends up moving, and then she meets this guy named Noah, and she is like, I remember this book being like wild, honestly. Like, I remember absolutely loving this, and I think it was because Mara is like such an unreliable narrator that you never really know what is going on, and there's always like, you're always on your toes while reading this because you don't know like 100% like what's real and what isn't. So I'm really excited to pick this back up. Like I said, I remember absolutely loving this, and this used to be one of my favorite books of all time when I was like in like 9th and 10th grade and stuff, and so I'm really excited to pick this up and see if it still could be one of my favorites. So the next book on this list is one that I feel like is kind of popular, but not really. And not gonna lie, the only reason that I bought this book was because it is literally my favorite color. But I recently did start watching this show, and I'm only a couple of episodes in, but I thought that it was just fitting that I read the book as well, and that is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. And literally, first of all, the color on this, absolutely stunning. But it is a TV show, which I'm sure like everyone knows it is on Netflix. I think their like first 2 or 3 seasons is on Netflix, and I think they're getting ready to come out with like a season 6 maybe here soon. But this book involves time travel, and it's set in like Scotland, and it like jumps back and forth between old Scotland and like, but basically Jamie is all I know. Like Jamie, everyone just absolutely loves Jamie, and he is like, he's very beautiful in the show. So hopefully I end up liking this. We'll see. It is kind of thick, and the words are kind of small, so, but it's floppy, like, and I love a good floppy paperback. But I am really excited. This sticker literally does not come off. It's one of those ones that doesn't come off, and it says a new original television series coming to stars summer of 2014. So I've literally had this book since before summer of 2014, and I still haven't read it. So hopefully I can pick this one up in 2021. So the next book on this list is one that definitely was in my 2019 video of books that I wanted to read in 2019 that I literally never got to, and that is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. And I have read this before, like a very, very long time ago, and I remember the Darkling, and I remember just like really like wanting her to like him for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not like, I don't remember. It feels like it was like a fever dream when I read this, but hopefully I can pick it up sometime this year. It's not like too super big, and the print is like kind of huge in it, so I think this could be like a really quick read. But I have seen like all over like Book Talk that people are like obsessing over the Darkling, so I'm trying to see what all the hype is about. So yeah, I'm hoping to pick this one up and see why everyone just absolutely loves Darkling so much. So the next book on this list is one that's actually getting ready to come out as a movie, and I have read this one before, but like I said about the last one, I feel like it was like a fever dream kind of thing, and so I honestly like don't remember hardly anything about it. But that is Wicked by Jennifer Armentrout, and the only thing that I remember about this book is that it was set in New Orleans. Like, that's honestly the only thing I remember about it, and I remember liking it, but I don't know. Like I said, it feels like it was a fever dream when I read this, because I remember reading it, but I don't remember hardly anything about it. But like I said, it is getting ready to come out as a movie, I believe in sometime in 2021, so I would like to possibly read it before the movie comes out. And I know that it is a series of some kind. I think it's like, it might be a trilogy maybe, but I know the second one is called Torn, and I have them both like as ebooks. So yeah, I don't really know. Like I said, I don't really know much about it other than the fact that it's set in New Orleans. So So the next book on this list that I want to read in 2021 is going to be Renegades by Marissa Meyer. And first of all, this cover is absolutely stunning. But so I don't know a whole lot about this. I know that it is like a sci-fi futuristic type thing going on. I think it's like superheroes or something. I know there's supposed to be like robots or something going on. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I did read Cinder a few years ago by Marissa Meyer. I read the whole series and I absolutely loved it. So I feel like I trust Marissa Meyer when it comes to sci-fi type stories. So I am really excited to read this. Plus this cover is just absolutely stunning, but it does have that like short cover thing, which I think is like literally, what is that? I don't, but yeah, so I am really excited to pick this one up in 2021 as well. So this next book is one that was also on my 19 books to read in 2019, and that is The Demon King by Cinda Williams-Shima. And I actually heard about this from Brittany over at Brittany the Bibliophile. I think she read this in 2018 and she really loved this series, and so I wanted to pick it up. I don't know a whole lot about this, but it's literally been sitting on my shelf for I feel like ever, and so I kind of just wanted to pick this up and see if I end up liking it or not. So the next book on this list is one that I ended up starting and never ended up finishing, and that is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. And I started this, I believe, in 2019, and I started it and I just never finished it because I fell into a reading slump, but I did really enjoy what I had read. I think I read like 70 something pages in like one sitting. I remember just being like flipping through and just like couldn't put it down, but then I think I had to do something else or like go somewhere or something, and then just never picked it back up. So I'm hoping to pick this up in 2021, and the concept of this is really interesting, and it's like it's a sci-fi where it's like set where these scythes go around, and it's like a drawing, and in that drawing you get picked to die, and then like a scythe comes around to your house and like kills you. So I'm pretty sure that's like basically what it is, but our main character I think ends up getting her name pulled, but instead she ends up becoming the apprentice to one of the scythes, I think. So, but like I said, I remember it being really good the little bit that I did read, so like I said, I am hoping to pick this back up sometime in 2021. So the next book on this list is Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, and this is the third book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I read the first book a while ago, and then I ended up rereading it and then reading the second book last year for the Books with Friends read-along. No, it was actually the Daughter of Smoke and Bone read-along that was going on, and so I ended up reading the first two with that and never ended up getting around to this third book because, like I said, I fell into a reading slump, but I really liked where the story was going, so I figured that I probably wanted to pick this one up sometime next year and finish out the story and see how it ended. So the next book on this list is one that I have been wanting to read for quite a while, and I believe this was on my 19 books to read in 2019 as well that I did not ever end up reading, and that is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. And this book I believe is very similar to The Last Magician in the fact that it deals with time travel and like going to like different cities and doing different things, but I honestly don't know exactly what this is about. Shocker though, right? But this cover is absolutely stunning and it's literally beautiful, plus the book itself, like, it's got this gold foiled tree on it, and it's just like, oh, wow, it's beautiful. So I'm hoping to pick this up, if not for the story, then for the cover itself, but hopefully the story will be good in this. So the next book that I want to pick up in 2021 is one that just came out, I believe, in November, and that is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. And this, I believe, is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, except I believe it's like a street version where they're in like gangs or something. Yeah, so this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in the year 1926, and it's about like these two rival gangs, and honestly that's really all I know about it. And obviously there's like forbidden love if it's like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but I am really excited about this one. Actually, I do feel like it is going to give me 5-star vibes. Like, first of all, the cover is absolutely stunning. Like, it's gorgeous. Like, and I think they did like another version of the cover where it's like pink, and I think it was like maybe either the owl crate or like the fairy loot version, and it's like pink instead of gold, and it's like really pretty as well. But yeah, I am really excited about this one, so hopefully I can get to it in 2021 as well. So we have made it to the final book on this list, which is the second book in a series, or well, I guess it's a trilogy, I guess, but that is Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. And I did read The Red Queen last year. Sometime it was literally one of the only books on my 19 books to read in 2019 list that I actually read, and I ended up loving it. I gave it 5 stars, and the ending was kind of a cliffhanger, and like I said, I feel like I'm reading slump, so I never ended up picking this up, but I have it, and I'm hoping to read this in 2021. I might end up having to reread The Red Queen just so I can make sure that I know what's going on in this, but I am excited to pick this up and dive back into this world, because yeah, from what I remember, the ending was very like shocking to me, and so I want to know what happens and where they end up, so I'm excited. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. That was 21 books that I'm hoping to read in 2021. I feel like I just ramble on for like ever, and I know y'all are probably like, why does she want to read these? She like doesn't know half of what they're about, but that's literally, like I said, when I get the best reading experience is when I just kind of jump into a book blind and I don't really have any expectations of it, because there's no room for it to disappoint me, I guess. But yeah, like I'm really excited about all these books, and I'm hoping to read all of them. I'm not exactly 100% sure what my Goodreads goal for next year is going to be as of right now, but I am excited to hopefully be able to check 21 books off of that list. And yeah, so with that being said, I think that is going to be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you want, you can also subscribe to my channel if you want, but you don't have to. You guys can follow me on social medias if you want. I have an Instagram at Bailey Nicole Reads. I have a Twitter at BNC Reads, which it's not like super active because I don't really know how to get into book Twitter. I just don't really tweet or things like that, but I do have a Twitter if you want to follow me there. And if you want to be friends on Goodreads, it's just goodreads.com/Bailey Nicole Reads. And all of my social medias will actually be in the description if you do want to follow me or be friends. But yeah, so like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.